Hey guys, welcome back. I'm doing a analysis video on a Minecraft speedrun by Feinberg. This is an 8-minute 55-second run. It's not his PB, it's actually 6 seconds away from his PB, but I think it's a really cool run, and I just wanted to analyze it and, you know, yeah. So, yeah, I'm just gonna start the video, I guess. If you don't know what's going on, this is a wall. This is what they call the wall, and so basically you have a bunch of Minecraft worlds generating at the same time so that you can reset for a better seed faster. And down here are all the good seeds that he's picked out. So he's just gonna play them like one at a time. So here he goes. He spawns in a desert, and he sees a village. Deserts are really cool. Good for getting like temples and villages and all that. Unfortunately, not that good for getting wood, but as you can see, he's getting sticks from dead bushes, and sometimes crafting tables can generate in the chests. He also gets 2 blacksmiths, which have really good loot, and he sees a lava pool, which he can probably enter in. So yeah, he gets the pickaxe and 5 iron, which is really good, so now he can make a bucket, and a flint and steel. So if he wanted to, he could probably enter right now. But, he needs a bit more stuff. He needs food, he needs beds. Well, he doesn't really need beds because he can get that from the other place, from the bastion. But here he has the crafting table. He hang on, let me go back a bit. So he's looking around for maybe enters in the ocean, which could be faster. I think that's what he's looking for. I don't really know. Anyway, these houses with the terracotta pillars on the corners, they're the ones that generate with crafting tables inside it. So he doesn't need to waste time walking around every house looking for a crafting table to craft his axe and shovel. So he can just get this, steal the crafting table from the village, and boom. He crafts a hoe because he has so much iron. He doesn't need to spare it or anything. So yeah, he gets that 4 wheat, and if he didn't have a hoe, probably would have taken him about 5 seconds or so, which is not that big of a save, but it's still good. It's still good to have, and in this case, it probably was the difference between getting a sub 9 and not getting a sub 9. So something else I want to say is he gets his flint from the bottom of the ocean here, and he uses a bed to breathe, which usually people use doors, but he doesn't need doors if he's not building a portal in the magma ravines. So yeah, he just uses the bed that he got, and he can use that bed later for the dragon, for fighting the dragon, or for the nether when he blaze beds, which I'll talk about later. He doesn't need to kill the golem. He already has plenty of iron, made all his tools, and he's getting some blocks here because he doesn't have any. Now this is sand, so gravity blocks. He can't place the usual corner block, so he just places it after the obsidian, which is really smart. Not really that big of a time save, but it's still cool. And then he's entering here at 1 minute and 48 seconds. So here he's doing a strat called E-raying, which is where he looks at the E counter, which is the entity counter, in the F3 menu, and if there's a concentrated amount of entities in one area, then that usually means there's a bastion. So he's resizing his window. As you can see, it's not very wide. He has some fan art to cover the black screen, which he's not using. And here you can see the E counter, 31 out of 95. And then over here, oh, hang on. Over here it goes to, let me get it. 65, you can see it says 65, so he's looking at that. 65, that's a lot of entities. So he wastes no time, he just goes in this direction. Looking behind him for a fortress, he needs that for the blazes, obviously. He's getting netherrack on the way, because he needs blocks. And then he sees the fort in this corner over here, which we can't see, but he sees it, because he doesn't have YouTube compression on him. Anyway, so yeah. So he's just grabbing netherrack so that he can build up. There's the bastion. It's a treasure bastion, which is not ideal, but he can, because the mob spawner interferes with trying to find the blaze spawner in the fortress. But he already sees the fortress, so it's not a problem for him. He digs through this walls to look for a chest, which can sometimes generate. I've never seen that before this run, but it's apparently a popular strat which you can use. He nearly messes up this. Luckily, he doesn't. If he did, it probably would have been the end of the run. So yeah, he's breaking blocks to help with the piglin pathfinding, and he breaks another gold block here, which is a pretty aggressive play to get lots more pigs. But yeah, there he goes, and now he's getting the piglins into that piglin hole, and he's mining the gold blocks, and yeah, so he's getting these gold blocks. These have a 70% chance of generating each, so most of the time you'll get most of them, but you could miss out on one or two, which he does. So when you see the chiseled black stone, that's when that's like a ungenerated block of gold. So he gets these blocks of gold here, and then he says this. He gets this one. So I believe he gets like all of them except for two. So you can see he mines for the corner, but you can see here there's the chiseled black stone. I mean cracked black stone. Is that what it is? Cracked blackstone bricks. Cracked polished blackstone bricks? I don't know. Anyway, some of the pigs get messed up by that zombie piglin, but it's not a huge problem. He just blocks them off if they get angry at him. Checking the chests. Comes back here and checks these other chests. Have obsidian, which is really, really important for getting fast time. Usually builds 2 portals so that he can measure the eye, know where the coordinates of the stronghold are, build another portal in the nether because it's faster. So here he's just out because he has 3 stacks of pearls. He has enough. He has enough blocks. He has enough. He has enough string, and yeah. So, and he has enough obsidian, obviously. So he's getting wood here, for crafting the beds later, and then he takes quite a bit of damage. Nearly dies here, but doesn't. So he eats, and then he's crafting his blocks. Now he doesn't see a spawner over here, but he knows that these ones are dead ends, so he can just pull over here, which saves probably 5 or 10 seconds. And yeah, so he just goes over here, and he's still on 1 heart, but he doesn't actually eat, which is very interesting. So he just kind of fights these blazes. He has fire resistance, so it doesn't matter, just as long as he doesn't get too close where they can melee hit him. He's building up with the alternating blocks, which saves about 0.1 seconds, but it does save time. And then he eats here when the blazes spawn, which saves like a tiny amount of time, because while he's eating, the next blaze cycle is waiting to happen. So it's kind of a time save, but it's good. It's a good play because he didn't need to eat while he was fighting those blazes. And he's setting up the blaze bed. And the blaze bed basically gives the blazes more space to spawn, which increases the spawn rates, which allows for faster times. So yeah, he's just bridging out, and yeah, so he's just sorting out his inventory while he's waiting for the blazes to spawn. This play actually cost him his PB probably, because he actually crafted 19 wool, when he could have only crafted 18, because you need 3, you can't use the extra one anyway. So he could have used the 3 out of the 4 string, from that 1 extra wool to craft a bow, which would have sped up his 0 cycle time in the end, because if you use a bow, it means that you can knock the dragon back and actually hit it with 2 beds at once. So yeah. Anyway, he's just killing blazes. He probably realizes about now that he doesn't have a bow. And yeah, so he's probably like, oh, it's fine, it's still really good pace, so I could probably PB. He gets these 5 rods, so he's like, okay, I'll just build the portal here, crafts his eyes, and boom, there he is. But unfortunately, he spawns inside a cave, which is probably loses about 10 or 20 seconds, just from him digging up so that he can throw his eye, because he doesn't want it to go in the wall. He only has a limited amount of blaze rods, so yeah, he's just digging up. He crafts his gold pickaxe, which is something I forgot to talk about, but he has spare gold from the bastion because he got all his trades already, so he kept it actually and used it to craft gold pickaxes, which are a lot faster than iron pickaxes. So that was a really good time save from him. So don't, if you're speedrunning, don't throw out your gold if you have spare, because it's good. Anyway, here he is throwing the eye, and what he is he's copying the angle to a calculator, which can figure out the exact position of the stronghold without him having to do anything. So, I mean, it's pretty cool. It's a bit controversial, and I don't think he actually likes using it. But it's way faster than using mental calculation. It's way more accurate too. So yeah. So now he's back in the Nether, and he's gonna get one more rod because he needs 6. Yeah, but this one kind of gets away from him, so he doesn't bother going for it, and he just gets another spawn, which is really good. And now he's looking for his coordinates, which the calculator gave him, and yeah, so he's digging down, and just check out these clips, by the way. I just love those clicks. Like, they just sound so cool. Anyway, so he's in the stronghold now. He dug down, by the way, so that he didn't spawn on the surface. He spawns inside the stronghold. And he's looking for the orange spike. So he knows that there's no spike here because, like, the orange spike is very small. So he knows that there's no stronghold, no portal room, sorry. But if you look around here, you can see that the spike gets bigger. So, yeah. And then, while he's around here, while he's finished pyraying, which is what it's called, he silverfish hisses down here, you can see. And he hears that below him, so he digs straight down, and he actually digs into the corner of the portal room, which is, like, really good. It saves time, navigating the rest of the stronghold, crafts the rest of his eyes, and now he's in the end at 8 minutes, which is really crazy. So now he's setting up his inventory for the 0 cycle, towers up on the pillar. So the dragon rotates around. Sometimes the dragon rotates around these pillars, and then you can do a sort of setup, and like blow up the dragon without it having to come down and perch. So yeah, this is the 0 cycle. If he had a bow, it would have been a lot quicker, and it could have even PB'd. But it's still a really fast time, and he gets the 5 bed. I'm pretty sure it is. And so yeah, there he is. That's the end of the run. So with that, I hope I did a good job at explaining stuff that was going on. First real video that I've done this. So yeah, thanks for watching, and I'm going to be posting more Minecraft speedrunning content in the future, so subscribe, I guess. Cool.